This is a part of a course where we learn Godot by making a 2D game, a vampire survival clone with a scalable architecture. Press like if it's been useful. In our previous part, we added a spawner to spawn such things as sting spell projectile, bomb spell projectile, plus damage area, so let's use them. In our bomb spell script, we use a load function. So now we have a spawner function for that, spawn bomb spell projectile, this one. So go to your bomb spell script. All of this you could just comment, but not the target position, we will need it. And now call global gameplay spawner, and we need spawn bomb spell projectile, this one. So the first is position, target position and damage. Okay, position, here it is. Just copy from code we commented below. Then target position, this one. Then damage area range. Okay, damage area range. And the last one is direction, this one. Okay, this code we could just erase. Now in asset registrar we need to add to register actually all stuff we're gonna use for now. It's gameplay, node.ref, spawner, those three modules. Just copy from file system their UID and paste them here. Also we need our bomb spell projectile, sting spell projectile, and blast damage area. And I will add to the name also scene, because we could have bomb spell projectile maybe texture, bomb spell projectile effect, something else. So to not mess with the names, let's just add the scene to the name. And all of this we will need to use at once when we launch our test scenes. So add the one group by register group. I will name it, let's not press test level, but test all. Here I will just list all of the stuff at one place and copy names of all registered assets here. Also, so I'm using the scene in names for those three. In spawner, we should update those places because it was like here, like this in the previous part. So add scene in the names in spawner when we use the assets. If we'll try to open our bomb spell test and launch it, we'll get an error. Not from start, but yeah. Why is that? It says the spawner is, we're trying to get spawner on object of type null. So gameplay module is null. Why? Not just gameplay, spawner also is null. Because we didn't load them. We added them to, we registered them to assets manager, but we didn't say to actually load them. What we need is in our test folder in shared, where we have our dummy units, create a dev app init script. This script will be used as a node. We will add it to our test scenes to actually bootstrap our app, to make all the preparations we need. We'll have signal to let our scene know that we are ready if we need to wait for such things. We will set what actually assets group we need to load in this particular case for this test scene. For this test, I need this one, test all. And when this node will be loaded, what we do? First, we prepare our assets. We need to load our asset manager. I will use load function and instantiate it and assign it to our global asset manager. And we need the asset register also to load it, instantiate, call init, and we don't need to save it. We just need to work once to register all our assets to asset manager. And then we look in our asset group to load. If there we set any groups to be loaded, if it's more than 0, we call on asset manager load groups to load all of them and pass those groups. And waiting till the loading will be finished. When assets are loaded, when we can scaffold all the needed modules for our app. It's gameplay, we get it from assets manager by key gameplay, instantiate it and assign to gameplay. Same for node reference, same for spawner, node reference, yes. And in node reference, we also need to set the spawn container. What container, what node will be used to spawn to add all our new nodes in the scene tree. We will use those node, this node for that purpose. You can set here any node, like create your nodes to get to gather all spawned entities here, like spawn contain or something like that. I will use just this node for the same purpose. Also, we need to set to call init in our spawner, and that's it. We can call initialized signal. And to use this node, we just need to open our test scene and add it. Dev app init. Don't forget to add the class name. Okay, again, and here, assets group to load. We will use test all group. So all assets in this group will be loaded for this test. Our app to work needs a bunch of settings, setups, configurations, preparations, loading some assets, and much more. So all of this will do this not for us, but it will make only needed thing for needed test scene. So thanks to it, we could launch any of our test scenes regardless of that the app is not really been launched and prepared. We just did all the needed stuff here for particular scene, and it could work because we get all needed assets and modules and any other stuff. Okay, and now, oh, also I forget to rename it, string spell, it's bomb spell test. Okay, and now if you launch it again, it should work. Yeah, all our modules, assets for projectiles and other stuff have been loaded, and they work, as they will work when our app will be launched from scratch, not in some test scene, but from the main one. Now we can replace all the other call of load functions in our bomb spell projectile. In our bomb spell projectile, replace the usage of load function to use spawner like this. Same you should do in sting spell. Here you see the exact code. And to check again that everything works fine, launch your bomb spell test, and in sting spell test, don't forget to instantiate dev app init to set what assets group it should load, and check it works using our new architecture. Okay, we switched all of our load functions to use spawner. This code could be reused in any other part of our app, but why do we use load function in our dev app init? The thing is, bomb spell, projectile, sting spell, and all the other places will be used in production, and you don't want your game to have lags, starters when it use load, because it will make your game like being paused till the load will be finished. And asset manager that is used in spawner is using threaded plugin we added in previous part, which loads and saves resources using threads. Doesn't make your game to be paused. But here is our test scene, and we don't actually care when we launch it that it will be in pause for a few milliseconds or maybe seconds or maybe even more, because it's a test scene and we just need it to launch to check our stuff. But if you would like also to use here threaded loading, it wouldn't be hard. We just need to use threaded loader. Don't be confused with threaded resource loader. This one is the class name of the entity itself. This one is the global entity you should use. So threaded loader, just call add, and you should pass here an array of stuff you want to load. Each item is also an array. First param is a key, like I want to load, what was that, asset manager. Let's call it asset manager and say where it should be loaded from. Same for asset registrar. Key are not mandatory. You could pass them as empty string, but when you have a key, it will be much easier to get them from loaded assets group. And call start, and you could also use load finished and or connect to the signal any of your callbacks, other functions, or we could use await, just to wait till the loading is finished and actually get all of these scripts, so let's call it files. When the load that will be done, we can access them using these keys. Like to get asset manager, I use asset manager, the same for asset register. And now we need to instantiate asset manager and set it to globals. And for asset register, just instantiate it and call init. And if I will comment this should work in the same particular way. Just those were synchronous loading. So the first load will be called, your game will be on pause. Then the second one, same, will be paused your game, and then after that the code will running. Those two will be running in background and won't pause your app, and will be loaded simultaneously using threads. So if I didn't make here any mistakes and will launch, it should work. Yeah, it works. So everything is fine. And again, it doesn't make sense any here because it's a test scene, but the threaded loader makes sense for the production code, which is bomb, spell, projectiles, and so on. And if you will need to load any other stuff for your app, game, or anything using threads, here how you could manage it. We have our spells, so now let's talk about consumables. We need to have some stuff that we could consume to get more experience, to get new levels, to get more powerful spells, or to heal the player. So each consumable, in my case, will have some representation, view representation, so I will use sprite 2D. If you want to have animation, well, it's possible to make an animation with sprite 2D because you can you could switch sprites in used image. Also, each consumable should have its area with collision shape, because when player is close enough, if we collide with it, we need to destroy the consumable and use it to make the effect. So to touch it, we need the area 2D. And from base consumable, I will inherit two types, base XP consumables for experience and heal consumable. The XP consumable will have XP consumable handle property. It's a separate net to handle what should game do when we consume it, when it touches it. And same for heal consumable handle property. And from those two I will inherit and make actual entities for the game. And here is a tricky part. Well, you could, as I will, do a separate sense, like for small consumable, medium consumable, large, big, and other stuff. You could have 100 of types of consumables, like for XP, for heal, and so on. But you could make just one, like XP, consumable, and that's it. What's the difference? Well, each consumable should have a distinguished view, so different sprites. And for now, that's it. I think the only stuff will be different also, it's how much the value, how much XP it provides to the player. So you could have just one scene, and for each instance, just to set sprite by its type and set the value. Like you want a medium, you spawn this one, just set right properties. You need a small one, again, you instantiate same scene, just with different properties, and so on. And you can have just one. Why it could be not so easy to use? Because it needs configuration. Each entity will need to be configured separately, like to set the sprite, to set the value. You can't pre-configure it. So you won't be able to test them more easily just by dropping them into the scene. Like you add one and you don't see it because it doesn't have sprite, doesn't have any value. It will get them only at runtime when you will run the game, and they should all be instantiated via code. You can't just drop them in the scene. So you can use one scene, but it won't be that easy to test. Well, it will be easy, but you won't see them just by opening 2D view without running the scene. Like I already see my dummies. If you will drop here your consumable, you won't see it. You will see the node, but you won't see the sprite and anything else, just its area. So I will make different scenes, and each scene will be already pre-configured. So it already will be set at its sprite, its value, and I will be able to drop them into the test scene, and I already see them, how they look like, where are they, and so on. Same for heal consumable. And it's up to you to decide in your games do you want to be able just to drop your entities and have them pre-configured, but you will have as many different scenes, as many you have different types of those entities, or you will have just one, but you won't see them in the editor and you will have to run the scene to actually see them. Let's make the base consumable scene. Under the scenes, gameplay, entities, make the consumables folder, add base folder and create base consumables scene. Add here sprite 2D, area 2D and collision shape. And no other configurations here, no scripts, no collisions, nothing. And it's done for now. In the next part, we will make from it our XP consumables, heal consumables, and actual entities to use in our game.